Good boy, boy. You fly the man-copter like you were born with a propeller. Say, what do you think of the new paint job? You like the shade of flesh color I picked?
So what? You paint everything flesh color.
We're trying to find a way to have you open your heart. You don't know what song to do.
If you feel like you wanna scream, if that's your way of letting out steam, then scream out. Scream out. If you wanna say something to say, and talking is the only way, rap on. Rap on.
Shit. What's going on, YouTube? Let's make a motherfucking video.
It's your nigga Ice City 510.
It's your nigga Uptown Jackson, UTJ. And fuck it, man. We're gonna review some shit.
So, we back again. You know what I'm saying? People want to ask where we at. We be taking little breaks. Not a whole bunch of shit, but sometimes we run out of shit to talk about. But today we're here to review this motherfucking shotgun shit and the saga PGs versus the Vets card.
Alright, niggas. So, they released Shotgun Suge versus the Saga. That's the first battle they released, so that's gonna be the first battle we review. Muslim versus Christian, rookie versus vet.
Yeah, that's really about it. Big dude versus little dude. A lot of fat versus not that much fat. Light skin versus dark skin. However you want to look at it. This was that battle that we were going to watch. We've been waiting for it, and goddamn it, they released it. So we're gonna review it.
Round one. The Saga goes first.
I would say the Saga round, it was pretty slow. It was really, really slow. It was, it's kind of figured like a lot of motherfuckers said, these niggas was relying on their bars. Like, he just came off the battle with him versus Prep. It was in a little barbershop. And if you kind of listen to it and watch that battle again, it kind of sounds like the same Saga from that battle, because I'm pretty sure he thought he did good that battle. Just those bars wasn't working on this stage. And he wasn't getting no crowd reaction. I think he got like, probably like a little boo in there in his first round and stuff like that. He had the he started off cool with that shit is uncool, son, I'm your big cousin. Like, he had little shits like that. They was just little jabs.
Boy, that's Death Row in 95. Sugar never let that hammer release. I came to wrap circles around you, knowing that you're stamina weak, because you're going to come with those blasphemous lines and lines how you blaming the heat. Yep. Well, Top was the only one crossing guard. Now I know how to handle the streets. Drug bars, and some made-up lines on how to fifth dump, and just know that gun talk is uncool, son. I'm your big cousin repping your flag.
Not really no haymakers in this first round. And then he did the gun bar shit, which it really didn't work for him.
Yeah, now, first of all, nigga, I hate when fucking, and I guess it really is just the Saga. I can't be like when niggas, but when the Saga goes, I don't spit gun bars, but if I did, this is what they would sound like. Well, no, nigga, you spitting gun bars. Nigga, I'm not gonna shoot you, but I got niggas that will. Well, nigga, you just doing the shit once removed.
It's promoting violence, no matter how it goes. It really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's what I was thinking. Like, when I heard this battle, I'm like, okay, so now this nigga's gonna come out and he's gonna promote his Christian battle rap. Like, this is where I'm gonna hear probably some shit out the Bible. Like, this is the time he was supposed to do it to teach shotgun shit.
Yeah, he was supposed to do 3 rounds of you a lost nigga shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to go deep into some Christianity and like do David versus Goliath.
How this nigga lost and
like, that's what I would have did if I was a PG and I was going against him. But he didn't do, like, the best thing in his first round was the whole sugar diabetes line or something like that. Like, his first round, he didn't really have no belief.
Conviction.
Yeah, no conviction.
So this is where a lot of motherfuckers was talking shit about the rookies and how it comes true. His first round, were the bars any different or any worse than his other 2 rounds? Not necessarily, but this is where his stage presence, he wasn't selling the lines.
Exactly.
He didn't have the conviction, he didn't have the swagger, he didn't use all of the space, like he didn't project. Like, if you can't buy yourself, you're not gonna sell yourself to me. It's too late for me to give advice to everybody else, but I guess in volume 2 and to you new up and coming motherfuckers, man, this is where it's like that big stage shit and that, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't never been in a crowd like that before. This first round, that's what it looked like. And then you got Shotgun, who came in fucking...
That nigga came in with his gun loaded. He emptied like half his clip in the first round, you know what I'm saying? But he came out nice with the whole little steams, chest cake up thing line he had, but when he started really heating up, when he fucking did the whole, with the peace offering.
Tell him breathe while I hold his daughter by the back of her weave. Put my gun all in her mouth. Make him believe I'll blow this bitch brains all over the room and watch him grieve. Smack said he Christian, so his contract came with a peace offering. My homie's like, what's a peace offering? I don't know, but $15 is what the peace offering. You Mormons? Look, man.
I'll tell him with the $15 is what the peace offering. Like, the crowd was on Shotgun Suge's side. Like, this is probably like the best Shotgun Suge I've seen.
And once again, Shotgun Suge don't make no lie about what the fuck he is. Like, nigga, I'm a gangster.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a gangster, I'm a thug. Nigga, I'm a bully, I'm in the trap. Nigga, I got your bitch and fucking I'm gonna put my gun in her mouth, da-da-da-da. I'm not a lyricist. So if you're like, oh, Shotgun Suge didn't have no bars, Shotgun Suge be the first nigga to tell you he ain't got no fucking bars.
It's like, well, he got bars. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not, in this battle rap bar, it's just not as complex as everybody else shit. It's very, very straightforward. It's nothing over the head about, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you with this gun and hold this many shots, nigga. The hole's gonna be about this big and your mama gonna be like, oh, like, it's gonna be shit like that. But can he deliver it? Do we believe what he's saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see when motherfuckers be like, okay, bars is not everything. Cause look at Shotgun Suge. It's just like, the Soccer might have had some better lines than that nigga in the first round, but Suge, the way he was all over that nigga, split shot through the, he was just it was just disrespectful. Suge did what he was supposed to do the first round.
He was on him, on his neck the whole fucking round.
And he said, split the nigga through the lunch line. He go Shaq in the post when it was crunch time. Yes, nigga, Shotgun was nasty. So you gotta get the first round of Shotgun Suge.
Please don't make me take the flesh-colored Batman, man.
I don't get this. That's not flesh color. That's some kind of off pink.
What are you talking about? It is too flesh color.
No, it isn't. This is flesh color.
And I don't know. I think everybody's actually pretty much in agreement on that one.
Yeah, first round. So
first round, Shotgun. Can we just say that?
You want to do the third round now and then do the second round? Or you want to go first, second, third?
Let's do first, second, third.
All right, so man, second round, this the debatable round to where everybody's like, oh, okay, this is going to go on your preference of what you like.
So I think the Saga, by the second round, he's a little more comfortable and he realizes that it's a fight. Niggas really just don't care what he's saying. We also care how you saying it and who you saying it to.
Exactly.
So now he's a little more comfortable, he's a little louder, he's a little more forceful, he's got some bars.
So you start off with that rebuttal.
Y'all really trying to hype him up?
No hype.
Because of the first round, he want to check my pockets now? I'm surprised he ain't call me, TD Jakes or something. You know, one of those money-hungry prophets now, but y'all hyping up all these gassed-up bars. That's a media shower. Calm it down. Because that pocket check and collection plate was the only...
What you were saying about it? Yeah.
Okay. Now, we saw a recap from a bunch of, like, Rain and DNA and such, and one of them made the comment that these vets, the rookies, just have bars that aren't directed towards the vets. And then also, I saw an interview with Mickey Fax, and he said he just got bars on deck and he's not gonna write for Danny Myers or whoever. And it made me realize when I heard this fucking rebuttal and then he says, meteor shower, calm it down. He had that for just whatever. It's like, you know what? I got this fucking rebuttal. I thought it was dope. I was fucking around praying and it came to me. And he's like, oh, now I get to use it. It wasn't like Sue Surf's rebuttal against motherfucking Hollow the Don, which I still say is probably one of the best rebuttals I heard when he's like, this shit AR go across my chest. Like, that was a very situational rebuttal. Yeah. And he couldn't have said it if the nigga was wearing anything different. Yeah. But meteor shower, calm it down, it's generic. You know what I'm saying? So the whole part where he started being specific, he actually lost me because he started being specific in the rebuttal, but then he lost me because he just ended it with a generic punchline that he pulls out the bag. And I don't know how many lines these rappers have that they can just pull out a bag if they just got bars on deck like that, but for some reason it didn't work for me.
And then so yeah, that's how he basically started the second round off. It was off the rebuttal, and then his shit was really, really slow building up. Like, the saga has very, very slow build-ups. Like, he'll do something like boom, 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 something, like he'll do the whole something, something, something should, something, something, something should, and something, something, something should, and then these is bars that's for Suge's night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit didn't really hit that hard because the shit you were saying in between wasn't really connecting to go with what you had to finish it off with. And it was just like, your second, the first, yeah, that shit, and what else you say? The whole, I don't know why everybody got so hyped when they was like, everybody talk about God until you need him.
But on the real, what you finna do against Suge? I said beat him. So what if he try to act cool with you? I said hate him. So what if he try to act standoffish? I said seat him, because everybody want to talk about God until they need him, first off. Everybody.
And excellent, I'm glad you brought that up. So that was actually, to me, the turning point of when he realized these niggas are listening to what I'm saying, but they're really watching how I'm saying it too. So yeah, the whole God thing, it really wasn't that hot. As a matter of fact, as an atheist, I've heard plenty of Christians say that shit before. But it was the way he said it. This was the first time where he actually had a little gravel in his voice, and he actually got up in Shotgun's face. So this is when he actually started picking up the conviction. And for that reason, I'm really only kind of giving him the second half of the round. So like from there on is when I felt like he actually came to his own.
Really and I didn't really like the whole Jersey battle rapper scheme he did with the Rudolph and Arsenal and Sue Surf. Like, that shit was he didn't even have to do that. But like, he really started when he was like, it's Shalom's fault. Like, yeah, that's when everybody.
And then he said, what, I gotta put it in prayer or something?
It's Sharon's fault. Then that's when he started attacking Shotgun Suge, and he came with the line when the way that white boy blacked out on you, I could swear.
Jim Crow.
Then he had some more shit about the Thailand body and Michelin Man. So, you know, I'm pretty sure it's right there. That's when he started attacking Shotgun Suge directly. And all the shit he was saying before that was just a whole bunch of bullshit. So you wasted like a round and a half going against Shotgun and shit.
Getting comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? Just trying to out-bar a nigga that doesn't have
bars.
Like, that's when you lost that battle for a round and a half. Then we get to Shotgun Suge second round.
And this nigga, once again, he comes out like talking shit about. I really like the fact about the 10 Bibles, there's only one Quran.
Yeah, that's
you know
what I'm saying, it's just facts.
And that's once again, that's a vet thing. It's like if you watch that battle when he said that shit, he wasn't even stopping for crowd reaction. Like that wasn't even something that he had picked up on crowd reaction, but because it was such real shit and niggas are starting to get awake about that shit, they caught it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if
That beard look like you worship Allah. This nigga living a lie, my men spiteful. You Christians don't know what's the truth. It's one Quran. It's like 10 Bibles. You've been a fuck boy since day one. Am I lying?
Had said that, he would have been like, oh man, that's clever, that's gonna hit, the shit is fucking real deep and intricate, and he would have waited for a crowd reaction that may or may not have been there.
So then that led up into saying, I'm gonna let it rain for 40 days and 40 nights. And then from there, it was talking about the fucking, the red top, new nails, this red top to make you look bad. Which me personally, I'm like, yes. Finally somebody get on this bitch for just being around here. I don't know really what she's doing for anything, but
nigga, she's
like a Steam type.
No, she's fucking, she was actually even in the credits. She's like media marketing. Her and Be Like Ike. Which basically means that she be on the Facebook groups and...
Well, it's about time somebody said something about her being there, because if you want to be involved, niggas done got on Smack, niggas done got on Norbs, niggas say shit about Beasley, and Twins, they done said shit about him being the cameraman, so if you gonna be there, okay. So somebody finally threw a shot at that bitch, which I was like, okay.
And I really don't think that was a shot at the bitch.
Not a shot, it's put her involved in the,
okay, I feel you. Because he did say something about fucking Miss Hustle beating her ass.
Exactly.
And we all, I don't know if we all know, but if you guys haven't seen the video, Miss Hustle, I don't know if she can fight. I think Miss Farrah fucking laid some nice hands on her, but we digress.
Yeah. And then Shotgun Suge had that shit, you know,
the big boss man shit.
Yeah.
Yo, this shit gonna get new nails. A red top will make him look bad. I've been nice with these, I dump hard. I'll pull a nigga lunch card. I'm off the leash, a pit bull in the junkyard. Soccer, you a lost man. Jack boy, I'm the frost man. Wind it up, uppercut, boot the grill, I'm big boss man. Yo, boot the grill, I'm big boss man. Any nigga thinking he holy, get it.
Boo, I give you the fit. Look at my titty. My arm is up. Here's my leg. Big boss man drop. Boo. I don't know if he really said to look at his titty part, but his shirt was tight.
You know what I'm saying? I'll hit your father, your son, and your...
The Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit.
Like, Shotgun Suge, once again, this is another veteran round, so this is what I'm going to say about, this is the round people say to come down to. The saga, you can just see, we just broke down this round, fair and square.
Like we do all of our fucking battles.
His first half of his round was not solid at all. It didn't.
It was a fucking snooze fest.
He might have had some cool. That was a nice bar. That was a nice in there, but it picked up when he got on Suge and he said the shit about Sharon. That's the middle of the second round. Shotgun Suge, second round, from beginning to end, it was a solid performance straight through.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give a nigga a round who starts at a fucking 3 and ends at a fucking 7 when a nigga was at a 7 the whole fucking time.
What I'm saying? And then he ended on like a 9.
You know?
With the random, is Hitman Holla a sucker or what? I'm gonna lose 3-0. I should give Miss Hustle fuck you up. Like, and then her reaction, she looked like Shotgun Suge was looking in his third round. That's how New Nails was looking. So it's like when he battling 2 people on one stage and he just won. That's what Shotgun Suge did, which was very smart of him. Again, a vet.
Presence, strategy. Like he knows going into a round, going into a battle, He knows how to recognize what stage he's on and how to react. He knows how to fucking get the crowd popping. Like that shit when he bring the new nails and stuff. Like everybody's like, oh shit, yeah, nigga, fuck yeah, new nails, who that bitch, who that bitch.
Round. That's it. No more extra trying to do. No more too much. Like niggas know when to end their rounds. Third round.
And now, this is where Saga is like, oh shit. And I think he probably felt like a lot of people. He's like, well shit, I might have had the second round. I know I lost the first. So I really got to go hard in the third if I'm going to fucking win it or at least make it debatable. And he did. He really, he was like little PG Lux, man. He was cute. He was like,
it was nice.
He was like, oh, nigga, start talking about the nigga money situation and how he's a bully. He won't pocket check certain niggas. Like, this is when you realize that, yeah, all that clever shit you was saying in the first 2 rounds, all that catchy shit, all of them fucking dumbass iPhone and Apple and MacBook references that didn't nobody give a fuck about. Like, yeah, that's when you realize all of that shit was ineffectual and it's time to actually get at the nigga standing across from you.
Like, you know, I'm Leonidas, I'm saying 300 on your heels like the new Yeezy release. Like, that's the shit I'm thinking you was gonna do, say, the whole battle. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking, like, okay, and that's what we about to come out. That's the shit I'm thinking you gonna do. Then the whole, look at me when I'm saving you. You know what I'm saying?
You had those little moments, like you had a really strong round.
Yeah,
that's one of those things that even if you had said the same shit in the first 2 rounds, if you had that swagger and conviction, things might have gone a little bit different.
Exactly.
But you didn't.
So then you start to look at me like I'm saving you. Then the whole look at him, it's getting emotional. It's like, yeah, you
now tell me that wasn't very Lux-like.
Yeah, like you starting to get into the groove right there. Then you have
lifestyle. I think the boy good. I said contradiction. He said, yeah, Suge Muslim. I said, bro, stop lying. He repped Grape Street when he gripped the tech. He said, exactly, bro. To follow under Allah and still promote gang violence is seen as total disrespect. I said, wait. I said, wait. I said, wait. I said, wait. Look at you. Emotional. Look at
you. Emotional. The pocket check things, like, now your angles is, now this pocket check, like this angle you took was better than the shit you was doing in your second and first round because it was quicker to the point and it hit harder when you got to it. Like that other shit you was doing with the, trying to do the Suge Knight shit, and it was like, just stop doing that.
You know,
because you got this style, you kind of sound like Charlie Clips to me every now and then. I get this thing when you do this, and you did the whole little GPS, no, don't take that out. Like, I know I heard Charlie Clips say that against, it was either Conceited or somebody, when he was like, GPS, no, scratch that, you know, PS or some shit like that. But just stop doing that.
And then, I don't even, Suge's third round, what did he do? It was,
He got 2 eyes. He got 2 eyes. I closed one. He got a split screen. This New York, right? Mike Tyson versus Mitch Green. Got a right hook that's devastating. Uppercut that's elevating. My mama said a good ass whooping or teach him a lesson. I'm just educating. He won with a G. I'm just regulating. He put up a fight. That weapon raising, no hesitation. This nigga dead. He ain't meditating. He the type to kill a nigga in his verse, then rap about Christ. He think he Jesus.
Yeah, it was just like his other 2, but it wasn't.
That's it. And that's the, so I was watching this other battle with one of my friends, and he wanted to be like, the Saga's third round was so good, I damn near want to say it was better than Shotgun Suge's first and second round. And I'm like, well, I can't say that. It might have been better than his first and second round, but he didn't do that in round 1 or 2. He did that in round 3. In round 1 and 2, it's like I can't give him credit for one thing that he did. When he
and it damn sure wasn't a Lux third round,
yeah, you know,
where you can negate the rest of the battle.
Exactly. It wasn't like that. Because then Shotgun Suge, now, if this would have happened, I could have said this. If Shotgun Suge would have went in that third round after hearing the Saga third round and couldn't get his shit off, had trouble getting his shit off, or,
which he didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Or the people fucking with him was a problem, it could have went that way. but it wasn't. He went in, got his shit off, gave a solid round. It perked at first. At first, the people kind of didn't want to fuck with Suge from the Saga's third round. But once he said the shit about the Sagas, let's see the Saga continue, Wu-Tang or some shit like.
Oh yeah, you nigga had fucking bars.
He had bars in that round. The Saga continue, Wu-Tang, and then fucking I forgot what oh yeah, tell Al Green it's gonna be alright. Like he had a couple of highlights in there. It was just a solid round for Shotgun Suge. Did he win it? No, he didn't win that round. But he did good the other two. So I'm gonna have to get this battle of Shotgun Suge due off the first and the second round.
2-1, yeah. Shotgun Suge, 2-1. I can't understand what people would give Saga the battle, because you guys really want to focus on what a nigga said or his pen game or his bars, but y'all, you really need to look at the totality. I read in the Facebook post in one of the unbiased groups where somebody's like, I thought a battle rap was supposed to see who the better rapper was, and this is true, it is, but being the better rapper isn't necessarily being the better lyricist. That's why beauty contestants aren't about who's just the best looking bitch. That's why they have the question and answer and the fucking talent competition. It's not just about your lyricist, it's about your flow, your delivery, your originality, and yeah, your fucking lyrics. And
lyrics have a big part in the play, but you can't, if I can't believe what you're saying, it can't, you know what I'm saying? It can't fucking, you can't sell it to me.
Yeah, nigga, I got bars for days, but I can't deliver them for shit, which is why I'm not a battle rapper.
Like, if you
but my bars are insane.
Like, that's like saying, it's this crazy ass 12-year-old white boy who rap crazy, but all he talk about is selling coke and being on the block all day, and he fucking live in the fucking suburbs.
Or a bad bitch that can't fuck.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, nigga, you can rap. It's a whole other, it's a whole bunch of other shit you can rap about.
So, yeah, Saga may have fucking had bars, which is the only defense I can see someone saying who wouldn't agree with us. So if you don't agree with us, please leave your reason in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Exactly. But leave a reason. Just don't be like, oh, Saga got him or Saga had bars. Yeah, Saga did have bars. But when you think, did he really deliver them? And in the first round and the first half of the second round, were they crisp? Were they fucking clean? Were they quick enough? Were they paced right? Did he deliver them with conviction? If you agree with us, then you can just like the video and say, good job, guys. We always enjoy watching you guys smoke weed and review. But if you were one of the motherfuckers that disagree, man, please tell us why. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. It's your nigga Uptown Jackson.
It's your nigga Ice 85 on that.
And we'll see you again when we got some other shit to talk about.
Activate Man Snatcher. Fire Finger. Retract Finger. Release Cargo.